Hey guys, welcome back. Look at this adorable little house we're building today. I am so excited to get into this build with you guys. It is a storybook style home, which is an actual build style. Storybook styles draw a lot of inspiration from half timber or Tudor styles from ye old Europe. There are frequently Gothic elements as well, and depending on the time of construction, a lot of modern techniques used to create extraordinary shapes. We are once again building for gnomes, but this should be significantly less traumatizing than the chimney build we did a while back. If you missed that one, I will link it at the end of the video. Also, I realized I've been doing a horrible job of actually shouting out the sponsors of these prompts in the videos, so thank you very much, Storyteller. I appreciate this prompt. This was so much fun to build. As usual, we have some limitations on our packs. I'm not going to bother showing you the list because why would I do that? But we'll be building a 2-bedroom home for a max of $30,000 in any medium-sized lot, so like 2030, 3030 in Willow Creek. I think I'm going to build here because I want to. So what exactly are we building today? A storybook style home for a claustrophobic gnome, his partner, and their litter of gonks, baby gnomes. Must include 2 or more bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, tools of mischievery, and space for his partner to host their weekly book club. Debug is allowed and encouraged. We also must not include cramped or dark spaces, open flame, fire, or anything else that might remind him of his time trapped in a real flaming chimney after taking a wrong turn on his way to a 5-star hostel. So a storybook home without a fireplace or chimney, a little bit different, but that's okay, we can make it work. And I'm thinking about doing just a nice little cottage style. Let's say we want to have an entryway with stairs here, probably. I think we should go off into kitchen and dining, and it is just a 2-bedroom, so nothing too crazy. Bathroom back here in the middle. That's nice because you don't need to have windows. I think a sunroom for hosting book club, so that'll act as our living room. And then if we go off this way, I still need a bedroom, well, 2 bedrooms. I could put 1 bedroom here pretty easily and another one here. Also, why did I decide I needed stairs? I decided to do a 1-story. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a little bit of a funky layout, but I think that works with the storybook style. So I'm still gonna have an entryway. I think I'll switch this to a dining room so that I can add just a little small tower. So how I'm gonna do that is adding these round pieces here. I'm gonna go up 1 level and add round pieces here. And because I don't anticipate actually building on the 2nd story, I can make these walls however tall I need them to be. I do need a few more interesting shapes happening at the front here. I've got a tower, I've got this. So that will be a nice window in this room. I think bringing this up and adding a little deck will be helpful as well though. Nothing crazy, just a little guy. In fact, I may even cover this completely with one of our roof pieces here. I think that'll be all right. Maybe I'll add a spandrel or something. It'll be good. Oh yeah, look at all these spandrel options. Copy the same roof piece for this little area here, and then I said I wanted to potentially make this area a sunroom. So how I'm going to do that is push this back, hold shift to push the roof back, copy, rotate, place here, and pull it over. And then in the middle here, really the best way to do this is going to be adding another room here, because now I can add this roof piece to the middle, which will give us that matching ridge line. Over on this side, grab a half gable roof piece just to slide right in there, and I don't really have to adjust anything here because I left this one at the default pitch, and this is already only 3 tiles wide. Now over on this side, what I'll have to do is hold Alt to keep the same height and just adjust the pitch. We're getting rid of all those eaves, pull this over, and then this one will be glass. And then this room's just going to be nothing. Over here, I'm just going to add a round roof like that, leave it default, but copy and place the same piece, pushing the eaves in and pitching this piece up. I think that this makes the eaves look better. So there's our cute little tiny adorable storybook home. Oh, needs stairs. I mean, we still need a lot, obviously, but that should be a decent shell. I'll probably put the primary bedroom in here with an ensuite, and this one will be our nursery for our gaggle of children. I think I'll have a small deck coming off the sunroom here. I'll just add 1 door, probably use the greenhouse kit if I've been given it, and then the rest of the yard will be fenced in, again for the chillins. I think we'll do doors, windows, siding, all that jazz. They are gnomes, so maybe I shouldn't have the windows too high up. And of course we need a ton of windows because of our poor claustrophobic gnome, and we should be able to pretty easily put a couple of windows here, which will be centered in the rooms. And I'd like to put a chimney here, but we're not doing that, so it'll just have to be open. We will survive, probably. Well, maybe. Yep, nope, Nope, couldn't do it. I have to add something else there. All right, that's what we're gonna do there. And then for windows at the back, I think I'll do 3 singles spaced over here. This one will be our kitchen, so I'll place these here-ish. I need to make sure that the windows will allow for cabinets. I don't know if I'll put more windows here. We might leave this for the larger furniture pieces and whatnot. I think I'm also gonna do a little hack of bringing a half wall out here on either side of the stairs. I think that will frame the stairs out nicely. Just pull that foundation out. So that's what I'm gonna do there. Now for siding, some stone will be nice, I think, but I also love the shingles and just normal siding. So I'm going to paint my tower, this part, and this sunroom with the stone. So those will be like our stone accent places. And then I'll get a siding or shingle texture for the rest of it. I like this one, but that might be too dark. I think we need to keep it lighter and brighter. There is this yellow, but it doesn't work very well with the yellow I'm already using. What about a stucco? This stucco from Get a Hobby here. Businesses and hobbies if you want to be technical. And we could use some of these new roof trims, maybe? Maybe this one from the fairy pack. Explore nature. No, that's the new one. Get enchanted. Enchanted by nature. There we go. We got there. We got there. Now I have to pick a front door. Cottage living has some strong contenders here. It's not quite the exact same green, but I think it's quite close. There's also this option with a little fox on it. Very cute. There's this stone and stained glass door, which I think would look better if I put some stone on this one. And that comes with Get Together. This does come with little matching stained glass windows. Like there's this one. Can't quite fit it here, so that's a little much. I think a little wreath is cute. Let's do that. No place like Gnome Home for the holidays, am I right? Do we happen to have matching stone stairs? Because that would just be absolutely delightful. It appears the answer is no, but we do have these seasons ones. So I'll grab those, and I'll grab some stones for out here. I think just, I wish those were a little bit lighter. Jungle Adventure, what about you? Too dark? That works. Okay. Jungle Adventure it is. So I will use that stone outside in the bathrooms and kitchen as well. Now I am going to need greenhouse windows, or not greenhouse windows. I need windows for right here. I think I'll probably go with these. This is a base game window. I like that it has a little bit of detail on it. I think that it kind of sort of matches the other windows I'm using a little bit. And then I just need a nice glass door for over here. Probably just this one. And I might simplify this a little bit. We are currently at 10 of our 30,000, so I actually need to get rid of all these extra walls. That will save us some money. Forgot I still had these in here. And I'm going to get rid of this ceiling. Turn the grid back on and grab some lighting. I love that this is outdoor lighting now. Game's gonna do what the game's gonna do, I guess. And we're probably just gonna stick with these lights, so I'll do those. And we'll have to do wall lights in here for obvious reasons. There's no ceiling, it's glass. We're gonna do some floors in here. I'm thinking possibly going back to Jungle Adventure. I really want it to feel warm and cozy and happy in here so that we do not have any claustrophobic feelings. And I'll use this yellow as my base paint, and then I'll go in and change it in some of the rooms as I see fit. Isn't that cheerful? Oh, I love that. Doors wise, we have Strangeville doors, and it's only 50, so we're gonna go with that. There'll be one door to the bathroom right here. That should be fairly conveniently located. One door to this bedroom, one door to this bedroom, and because it's going to be a nursery, I am going to connect it. You can always build over that later. I forget if we were told exactly how many kids there are going to be. It's supposed to be a lot of kids. Did it say? Let's see. A litter of gonks. So what is that, like 4? We'll go with 4. So for my dining room, we also have a book club, so we have to make sure we have space for extra gnome guests. I think I will grab a nice 3-tile oblong table over here. We do have some round tables, but I think we can only fit 6 around these, and that would only be for the family. So I think I'll do a longer table so we can have 8 chairs. Oh no, I thought this would work, but now I'm wondering if we can actually even get through here. Uh-oh. So like I was saying, I think we'll probably go with just a nice large round table in here. I think that'll look really cute. Grab these cute little whimsical chairs. And then high chairs suck, so we're not even gonna bother. We'll figure something else out for them. We could do a kids table. That might be cute. Let's maybe try that one. So do living room, accent table. We're gonna go grab the little guy from the base game. And then we'll grab some living chairs that look like they could just, oh wow, these are actually way taller. Anyway, there's a spot for the little kids to eat. Maybe we'll make them toddlers. Yep, kids table, large table for a book club if necessary. Let's just knock out these bathrooms. They're each gonna have a bathtub. This one's only $8.45 and it covers bathtub and shower, so I think I'll go with that. Cute little cottagey sink. That, no, that's very obviously a kitchen sink. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay, mirrors wise, I like this one. It's 55. That wins. All right, toilet paper because we're not heathens. There we go. And now I'm literally just eyedroppering everything to make pretty much the same setup over here because I can. So there you go. Bathrooms. I'm also thinking about adding a garden shed for our tools of mischief. Kitchen, counters, this one obviously. Now do I go with the yellow and white, yellow and brown, or the green and brown? You know what, let's bring in blue for the appliances. And then for the sink, we just have to grab this one and make sure it's the right color. Now do I want to do cabinets? They're really not going to be cabinets as much as they're just going to be like little shelves. I think putting this over here could be cute, so I'll do that. I was thinking about this one from For Rent, but unfortunately it's wider than I remember. There is this one from Tiny Living that's quite homey. Maybe I'll do that one. This one, 100? Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Try and figure out the balance here of my arch versus other things I want. I'm also gonna have to make sure I'm able to put a trash can in here. I essentially do playtesting when I grab the B-roll. I show you at the start of the video, so if I have to move anything, if anything changes so that it's playable, you'll have already seen the change. So if you're like, that's not where that ended up, that's why. All right, and book club. So bookshelves over on this wall, of course. Okay, I'm using these because they have the cute little ladder. I think I'm going to grab an end cabinet for over here instead and move my door so that I can have my furniture differently in here. So now I have all this space for furniture. Very exciting. With this, I can do the flat one in the middle, especially up against the windows, you know. And then for a coffee table, I just need just a little something. These are 1,500 a piece. I didn't realize that. I love them, but we're gonna have to go with a cheaper bookshelf than that. I could do these because that's 1,000 something for all of them. Okay, that's better. I need a bed in this room. I didn't really leave a good spot for it, did I? All right, we are moving this door over here. Nice, comfy, cozy bed for a couple of happy homebody gnomes. Horse ranch. Listen, I know I use it a lot, but you're gonna look at those colors and you're gonna tell me it doesn't go perfectly with my house? Don't think so. Now I'll put our dresser over here. I'd like something that goes across the whole space, like really fills it in. Possibly this one. 410, 240 for the, oh, I don't want to use more of this pack. I prefer the vibes of this one, so I may put that in there. All right, and then we need a slew of children. I was thinking maybe we make them be toddlers because that's a little bit more self-sufficient, and we just need to have 4 of these little beds. Line them up like little dwarves in Snow White, you know? I don't love the color limitations here. This one I think would make more sense for them to all be a little bit different, more custom to each child's budding interests, right? Because we can do a dinosaur and a star and sparkles and they're not, you know what, it's fine. Now for activities, we could do a dollhouse. If I size it down a couple times, it will still work and not interfere with anything in theory. So we'll put a little dollhouse over here. I'll grab a couple of the larger stuffed animals over here, I think. You know what, we'll do a cat and a dog. I'll grab a toy chest for this room as well, I think. So there's a kid's room. Next phase would be exterior / decoration / a little shed. That's right, I was gonna make a little garden shed with tools of mischief in it. So just a tiny little guy like that with a tiny little roof. We'll do a cute little door, I think. And let me see what wall patterns we have available to us. There are a couple of kits that have like partially unfinished walls, but I don't think we have access to them. So instead I will just go into siding and use this worn wood siding from Seasons. And some corrugated metal roof, and I will use this roof trim. This is my new favorite metal roof trim. Nice. There's a shed. I'll put a nice lantern in it. Look, I'm using a cats and dogs lantern instead of the horse ranch one. Be proud of me. Floor, I think I'll go with, I think I might use the same stuff, but like worn down a little bit more in here. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. And then tools of mischievousness. Decorations, wall decorations. There is an item in particular that I'd like in here. I just don't 100% remember what pack it's from, but I'm pretty sure we're using it. These tools. There we go. This is what I wanted. I wanted some gardening type shenanigans. So I'm going to put some garden stuff over here. A couple jars of dirt. Those are very important. And then let's do a woodworking table. Grab that. I'll have extra tools to the side here. Go into lighting and grab a table lamp. Ooh, which does remind, hello? Is this not a table? Is this not a surface? 200 for a bear? No, I'm using a camping table in that case. Jeez, wild. Okay, anyway, that also reminded me I wanted to go put some little lights in here. I just forgot. So what about a little panda with, oh, you don't fit on the shelf. You fit on the shelf, so we gotta get the, like, little ones. I don't even know what the little ones are. This game is so counterintuitive sometimes. Like, this one feels small, but no. Small? Yeah, no, that's gonna burn everything down. What about you? This one's inside a case, so at least it's safer. No, wait, we're not allowed to have candles at all. Dang it! I forgot. Okay, how about just a little yard sale lamp then? All right, there we go. Oh, sure, the yard sale lamp fits. Okay, fine. There's your. That's too big. Why are you like this? Oh, that's a nice chill little lamp. 80. Why is this one's footprint so big? You see what I'm saying? Like, what is this? How about one of those? That's a nice calming light, right? I try to be good and remember to put lights in. I just get punished for it. I wanted to fence in the backyard. I remember this desire that I had, so I'm just gonna do a little wall on here. Okay, then we'll grab a slightly taller fence, just this one, and have it go around and connect to the shed, and have it come up and connect. Oh my gosh, here. You can actually. Oh, because it's gonna try and make it like a room. Conflicting. Nope, I have actually no idea why it won't connect there. Will you connect here? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, we are at budget, which means if I want to add anything, I'm gonna have to take stuff away. And I know that we can do some debug for landscaping and stuff, but I was thinking it'd be really nice to have something outside to do. So what shall we downgrade? I've already downgraded my bookshelves pretty intensely. I could get rid of these pieces and just have the one long couch like this, which is less ideal, but still suits the purpose of the room. I don't like it though. I like the idea of little kids' chairs, especially if we're not gonna have high chairs at the table. Like, we do care about our children, you know? Oh, if I push this over, I can get rid of the wall under it. That'll save us a little bit. How much are these stairs? 8 versus 5. All right, I'll make the stairs a little bit cheaper here. These windows are only 30. Oh, why did I put 2 here? This window is also 30, but it's like 2 windows together, so I should be using that one instead. In fact, I might even get rid of these and bring this in over here. Not super cute, but again, we can use debug landscaping to cover some of that up. That's 25, that's 40. Yeah, okay, well, I can bring that down. You know what? Honestly, I think I might make the shed smaller since I wanted the fence to line up with it anyway. Might just be a tiny little shed. There we go. Okay, that'll be good. And then I'll scooch this more to the corner, have this more centered. That'll be fine. This is a horse ranch bed, so it's 445, which really isn't very much. 65, not too much. 410, I could switch out the dresser to a cheaper dresser. I don't want to, but I could. So if I bring this one in instead, I don't love it. I'd probably move the windows up here. That's 240 versus the 410. 365 for the toilet as opposed to 250. That's $100 difference. All right, swap those out. And then the kitchen, I believe I'm already using cottage living, which is among the cheaper stuff, right? Like that's 500 and this is 375. So like I could swap it out. It could still be blue even. What are you? 600 versus 400. All right, fine. Swap those out, and then the cabinets are 175. I was trying to stay away from horse ranch, but it'd be a lot cheaper if I went in with these. I'm gonna have to figure something else out for my sink though. I'd rather not take away the decorations if I don't have to, just because they do add so much like character to the house, you know? That's 250 versus this one, which is only 70, so like swap that out. Still have a range hood, so we're still safe, and that should save us enough that I can keep my $100 hutch, right? I'm also wondering if I could move this wall over, so that'll save me some money in the roof. This roof piece should stay in place, which is really the only reason I put the room there. Could I just get rid of that altogether? I think I could. Well, that's delightful. That saved us a bunch. Okay, do I have money for a fire pit now? That's really all I wanted. I do. Amazing. Editor Sam here. I realized that after spending so much time not putting fire in, putting in a fire pit was probably not the best idea, but the build has been recorded and uploaded at this point, and I'm just realizing, so whoops. So that'll be my outdoor activity. That'll be somewhere we can host book club outside, so now we have lots of book club and mischief options, sort of all bundled up into one. That'll be fine. Can I slot chairs to this one? No, it's the other one. $100 for a bale of hay, 70 for some logs, and that's what we're doing. We're at 23, so I have like 1,000 more. I do need a mailbox and a trash can. I'm going to put my trash can out here for easy access and a mailbox. I will definitely use debug landscaping since it is allowed and encouraged. Do I have money for a playset for the kids out here? Here's what I'm thinking. Pirate ship. Encourage shenanigans from a young age. See, I feel like it fits the gnomely lifestyle. $5,000? Oh my word. Why? Well, that's rude. Okay, the kids are going to get a sandbox. So we're going to grab this smooth keeper fence, which your Sims can walk over. And then if we go into terrain tools, you do need to have island living for this to work. But you can use any sand. You don't have to use island living sand. I will, because I can. But if you have any pack that allows you to build sandcastles, which I think is just island living, you know, it might be wedding stories too. You can build sandcastles and stuff inside a sand pit. So that's what the kids are getting. Sand. I also realized I didn't put letter blocks inside, and I do need letter blocks for the little kids, so I'll grab those. I'll grab a couple of trucks here. So there's my sandbox. What's not to love? All right. Well, since I have a little bit of extra cash, is there anything that I did really want? You know what? This room's feeling very bland. I think I need some sort of art in here. The ranch rug is only 70 and it brings in a lot of the colors we've already been using. So I think I can bring that in, and I'm sorry, you're gonna have to pry horse ranch out of my cold dead hands. Or just spend a few points in Discord or on YouTube streams, which is how you can redeem these. And if you tell me I can't use horse ranch, I won't. But like, if I can, I will. It's just so good. These don't have frames, which I don't love. What about this? That's kind of cute, right? Sure, some beginner photography developing or something. How much are these? 30? That's not too bad, especially if I do 2 big pairs of shoes, right? And you know where I'm going with this. Size these down and do some little pairs of shoes too. I'll do them in a few different colors. There we go. See, isn't that adorable? Put a little mat underneath them. That's very clearly stone. I think I'll use this one, a little rubber mat. That'll be good. Where are we at now? 23, so I have a couple hundred. I think dining room would be the next spot I'd want to add something. Do I have a nice round? Oh, I do have this one from Cats and Dogs. That's pretty good. It's quite homey. Maybe a plant on the table with just these little flowers. That'll be cute. Okay, sure. We'll do that. Some sort of radio somewhere would be pretty nice as well. I think I'll just put it on this little table here. I'm gonna grab this one because it's cheap, or this one. Also cheap. Very horse ranch though. Could I put this lamp here and then put the radio here? No, I could not do that. Could I put this lamp here? Put this lamp here, put the radio up here. I don't know, man, I'm trying. Saving. Okay, and then if I go to plants, are there cheap hanging plants I could put in the window? Because I don't want the kids to eat them. These are 50. Yeah, I can do that. And again, I'll do a smidge of play testing when I get the B-roll, and so then if any of this doesn't work, I'll take it out. But I think that'll add a little bit of decor there. I think we're looking pretty good. So now I just need to go grab some debug stuff. What I'm gonna do is go into my mod here. I Better Build by Twisted Mexi. I'm gonna enable debug and live edit. And I'm going to go outside to plants, and this will show me all sorts of fun plants that are free. Most of these are going to look pretty similar to the plants that are just already in the build menu. The main downside of the debug landscaping is, especially from the base game, a lot of it just has weird shadows. There's also this like brighter version, but I kind of like the darker for out here. I think that'll be good. See, look at that. And then I can go into flowers and use some debug flowers. Oh my gosh, so many options. Ooh, cottage living debug flowers. There we go. Oh, those are pink. Do we have yellowish ones? Oh, we got these little guys. Oh, I'm totally using these. Okay, we're gonna add these little flowers too. I like these. Nice and happy and pink and stuff. I also feel like it'd be weird to put gnomes in the lawn as lawn decorations, so probably just stick with the flowers. Oh, maybe some of this. We haven't mowed the lawn recently. You know, we've been busy with the kids. I'll put terrain paint down there for a path. And because this little green box is so small, that should mean your Sims can just walk right on over it. So I'll just add a little bit of texture and funness to the front yard. Oh, that's delightful. I love it. We can sneak a few mushrooms in as well. Take a quick peek and see if there's anything else I'm just dying to have out here. Ooh, free wildflowers. You know what? I'm gonna put some of these back here. I want some free trees as well, but I wanted to start with the flowers. That'll be nice. Okie dokie. Now I can grab a couple of my debug trees. I love this rural apple tree. I don't know, something about it is just so very tree. If I put it there, it's kind of blocking the house. So what I think I'll do is I'll move all of this landscaping over. So that should make it not block everything, which would be preferred. I'll put another one over here by our sandbox, I think, and size one down to place here. Alrighty, that's good. Rocks. We do have debug rocks. Most of the debug rocks cost money, but not all of them. Some of them don't. So we're gonna put these little guys in because they're free. These are also free. Those might be a little bit large though. They're gonna clip into my house, which I need to not happen. And even the rocks that aren't free are usually cheaper. Like there's this one, which is only 4 instead of the usual like 20 to 70. So I could put this in as one of my larger rocks. Now I'll go into terrain paint, which there may be debug terrain paints as well. Don't really know, don't really care. I do really want some terrain paint though. So I'm gonna make a path here by laying dirt down first and then going over it with some gravel or stone or something. There we go. I like that. And then I will make my brush softer, go and grab my dirt again, and do my usual landscaping paint and everything. I definitely want to make sure that I have something under this area, so I think I'll paint in with a darker dirt and then just like a smidge of gravel to try and help that blend in. That'll be good. I'm going to put a little bit of extra dirt at the bottom of the stairs, since obviously you have to walk at the bottom of the stairs to walk anywhere else. That'll get more worn down. Same with in front of this door. The trees, the fences, the foundation, you know, all of it. Here's what I'm looking at for our final build. I'll do a final budget check. We had to stay under 24,500 in order to afford this lot as well as the house, and we were able to do that. This is what the house looks like. I've got my dining room here for the grown-ups and the chillins. We've got a bedroom and a nursery attached for all those babies. 2 bathrooms, very important. A nice little living room space, which we can host book club in. A nice kitchen as well. And then in the backyard, I've got a bonfire, another potential hosting place, a sandbox for the kids, and a shed with some tools in it. I think our little sunroom turned out pretty good as well. I'm pretty happy with that. This slot will be available on the gallery as Story's Storybook. I see no reason it shouldn't function, but I do try to be responsible with my uploads, so I will playtest it. You already saw that. You can watch this next, though. This is the last time we built for Gnomes. It was a disaster. And if you want to see even more of the build prompts submitted by the community, I happen to have a full playlist of them. Goodbye, and see you next time. Thanks so much for building with me today.